I'm here with Devin Bonnée. Is that correct?
Right. Yeah.
And he is the male narrator for my new book, Lost Within Me audiobook. And I wanted to introduce you guys to him because he has been a huge aspect of this project. And if you don't know about how this project came about, my son Drew decided to give me a birthday gift that is amazing. And he told me he was going to do an audiobook for me. And Devin agreed to be the male voice plus produce it. And Olivia Applegate decided to agree to be the female voice. And so today we're going to talk to Devin and kind of give him 20 questions as to all about the book and about his life. So, Devin, it's nice to meet you.
Hello, everyone. Yes, it's nice to meet you too, finally, face to face, sort of.
Yes, yes. I've been wanting to meet you for a long time because the book is just amazing. I am just so excited, and I have had so many people tell me that they have just loved it already. So
Right.
I'm just truly excited. So first off, you live in Austin.
I do.
Were you raised in Texas or?
I'm from Palm Springs, California, originally. That's
Oh,
where I grew up
okay.
for the most part. And then I moved out here after I graduated high school, and I've been here ever since. So at this point, it's almost like I've been here longer than I was ever in California. So I feel a bit like an Austinite now.
Yeah, I was raised in Texas and I've been in Oklahoma longer than I lived in Texas. But I still call Texas my home.
Yeah, home's wherever you grew up, kind of.
Yeah, yeah. So now you're an actor. So tell us about your acting experience and what you've done, and do you have anything coming up? And
Well, always loved acting since I was a kid. I did all the school plays and I did plays in the community theater and stuff. And I would do like Shakespeare competitions and improv festivals. And I loved all that so much. And when I moved to Texas, to Austin, I got an agent, started going out for commercials and shows and stuff and independent movies. And I did some cool projects. I met Drew on one of those independent movies. He was the AD, and I thought he was such a cool person to work with. And it's funny we've kept in touch all these years, after that little project. But anyway, I don't have like a full career as an actor. I'm still just doing my day-to-day jobs and such. But whenever I get the opportunity to do it, I love it. And I don't have anything in the pipeline. I did a commercial was the last thing I did for Bojangles chicken.
well, maybe this will bring up some other opportunities.
Maybe so. I would love that. I mean, I love doing voice work and stuff like that too. So that's such a fun part of acting. I mean, yeah.
So, a little birdie told me that you also are a musician.
Yes. Yes. I make music, love music, always have.
I actually listened to one of your songs, somewhere. Oh, I wrote it down.
Okay.
Somewhere my true love waits.
Oh yes. This was my most recent little EP that I made. Yeah. I put out like 15 albums or something over the years, but
Um,
at one point I took it all down offline. I don't know why I did that. Looking back, I wish I hadn't have. I was gonna like rebrand myself or something like that, but
Now, is
currently
it
there's
on?
only
Are you on Spotify or anything like that?
yeah, it's on Spotify, it's on Apple. Haven't put anything out in a while, but I'm working on stuff all the time.
What kind of? I mean, you have a great voice. What do you play? Any other instruments and stuff?
Yeah, I play a little bit. Got a bass guitar right here, got my little keyboard to play with. I got some guitars. Um, I'm not really great at any instrument, but I sort of know how to use them all to my advantage.
Do you play around Austin? Or
I don't play a lot live. That's one of the things about music that it's always been more about the creating of it and the recording
Mhm.
of it for me.
Agree.
just like music production, audio production is kind of something that I just really love. So playing live, I did play one show live for the first time in a long, long, long time last year, and that was pretty cool. It was a much better turnout than I had expected.
Oh,
Um,
yay. That's always nice.
Drew was there with his newborn child, listening
She's
to my music.
cute.
So that was fun. I'd probably do it more if I got the opportunity, but so much of my music is not based in just playing an instrument and singing. There's
Right.
like all the elements, so it's kind of hard to recreate live.
So, do you
But
have any bands that inspire you that you like that are your inspiration?
yeah, I mean, I love music. I listen to music all the time, and a lot of
That's
it,
me.
yeah, a lot of it isn't, it doesn't sound anything like what I do,
Yeah.
or make. I'm inspired by so many different areas of music. Like I love jazz music. I love pop music. I love rap music. I love rock music. I love classical music. I listen to a lot of classical music, actually, weirdly, like bossa nova. But weirdly, just like random things will pop up, and I'll get really inspired by them, even if I don't like the music as much. Like there's like right now, I really love this new Word album, which is this crazy rap duo from South Africa. We'll talk about later. But
Yeah.
yeah, they just put out a new record that's just so full of like artistic energy that I love.
Yeah,
And
I'm like that too. I really like because I have a music background also. I really like breaking down the entire song, and listening,
Mhm.
the different parts of it and stuff, the rhythm and the melody line and stuff like that. So I enjoy like all kinds of different music because of that. I mean, I love a really tight harmony.
Me too.
But just all of the different elements that go into it, the different instruments and stuff that, kind of add to it and stuff. I love just breaking down the music and stuff. So
Harmony is the best part too. Like,
yeah.
because musical theater, I did a lot growing up, and that was like my favorite stuff in music is harmonies. Like I'm with you there.
Yeah, and the lyrics there, and that was something that I noticed on your song too, is you had very clever lyrics. And I mean, I am all for like that one line that is just, and it inspires me as far as a writer too. I mean, that is huge for me listening to music. And I mean, I can get an entire story out of a song. Because
Yeah.
it'll just like the storytelling and stuff like that will trigger, it's like, oh, I love this, and all of a sudden my brain goes nuts and creates something.
I love it too when there's like it's like a concept album kind of a thing, or there's an
Mhm.
overarching story for the whole thing, you know.
Yes. Yeah.
But yes, writing lyrics is one of my favorite things to do for sure.
So
I've
did
written.
acting or music come first for you?
They're simultaneous. I mean, I always was fighting between which one to do, like to dedicate my time. Looking back, it's like I almost wish I had just hunkered down on one. Probably would have had more success, but because I love them both, I'm just always sort of abandoning one for the other and then coming back, and but if I really had to choose, I think music probably was first, just in terms of my grandfather being a musician and stuff. And but my dad had pursued acting too, so I mean they were just right next to each other really the whole time when I really think of it. Although I've had much more professional experience in acting than
Acting.
music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my dad was a musician, so I know where you're coming from there. It's kind of like, he played the guitar and the trumpet and sang and did all this stuff, and so it was kind of ingrained in me as I was growing up and stuff with the music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And now you're narrating. So let's get into the book. My first question is, what were your first thoughts when my son came to you and said, "Hey, my mom's got a romance book. Do you want to narrate it?"
I was excited about it. I love doing narration, and I had done just one audiobook before.
Oh,
And
really? I didn't know that. Okay.
yeah, I had done an audiobook, and it was significantly shorter than yours was.
Um,
And so it was just a little taste of what it was like to do it. And I just really enjoyed doing it because I love doing voices, like I do little voices for animation and stuff. So the idea of being able to do multiple characters was like exciting that I could do, all of the male characters. Um, so yeah, my first instinct was excited, and then it was like there's going to be a girl voice too, and I was like, oh well, then we should get Olivia, like, and I love working with those two people over the
And
years. It's
y'all's
always,
voices were just so perfect for the characters in my eyes. I mean, they were perfect voices as far as what I could hear in my head, you know? So I mean, it was just really
happy to
cool
hear.
to yeah, it was really cool to hear it like for the first time. I was like, "Oh my gosh." Yeah. So,
Yeah, and
that was one
I
thing that was one thing I wanted to ask too is there's steamy parts and there's emotional parts in the book. So which one was harder for you?
um know if one was necessarily harder than the other. It's sort of all the same, but I'll say it was harder to get through the steamy parts without laughing a little
Yeah.
bit sometimes because of just how, uh it's
Awkward.
kind of
It's just
vulnerable and
awkward.
awkward. Yeah. It's nothing different than shooting a sex scene in a movie or something like that. But yeah, there was a
Yeah,
couple
I've heard
times
that
in
there's a
the book.
lot, there's like a lot of different elements that go into that with lighting and cameras and all this stuff. So it's like there's no real like excitement in there and stuff. It's just it's all technical. So
It's very unromantic and unsexy. But yeah, we definitely had to cut through a lot of Olivia laughing through trying to get through certain lines, in the in the audiobook process, which was funny. But yeah, I was pleased with how it turned out.
oh yeah, it was awesome. You did, I can't remember, I counted it one time as far as how many characters, but you
Mm.
did at least four, I think, four different foreign accents. Which
Yeah,
accent was your favorite? I'll tell you which one was mine afterwards, but I want to know which one was your favorite. And I heard that you actually researched some of them to make sure that you got them correct and everything. So,
yeah. Well, the kind of definitely the most difficult scene was the conversation between Ian and Wick because it was a New Zealander and a South African having a conversation with each other. And
uh-huh,
those accents are like similar, but not the same. So
uh-huh.
being able to make sure that they sounded like two different, distinct people was like a challenge. And I hope that it pulled it off.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
the, the Dr. Herrera accent was fun. I loved doing that one because that one was
That one was my favorite. That one was my favorite. The minute that I heard it, I was like, oh, "That's the doctor." It
that
was
one's
so
tough, obviously,
awesome.
because I'm white person and that's like a Mexican accent. But it was funny because when we recorded it originally with when Drew was here, I did it and it was when I went to edit it, it sounded like a Russian person or like it was sounded all completely wrong and not how I thought it was when we recorded it. So I actually re-recorded all of his dialogue when I was just by myself editing it and found that voice, that version of it, and was much more pleased with it at the end of the day. I listened to a bunch of clips of Gail Bernal Garcia, and yeah, I feel like the thing with accents is you just kind of throw it away a little bit,
Oh,
You
I
just
just with all of the because I researched a whole bunch of the technical parts of the storyline for the doctor and everything like that,
oh yeah.
and to be able to make it through with an accent, saying all of the technical terms and everything, I was just blown away. I was completely blown away with the entire those scenes with him in there and stuff because I mean there's medical terms and all kinds of stuff. So it was just
Yeah. I
amazing
remember there
to
was
me.
some word I kept saying wrong all the time. Vegetative. I kept saying vegetative.
Vegetative. Yes.
Vegetative. Yes. That was, but yeah, there's a
So
lot of medical terms. You did a great job writing it. It's always impressive to me how writers do
it was
that.
it was very interesting to just go into the like actual look into like somebody with a coma and them coming out of it and stuff. So I mean, it was really interesting. So I just kept going through more and more stuff, looking at
Yeah.
it and stuff. So um for the between Rowdy and Lila, what do you have a favorite scene?
I was gonna say that I mean, there's so many great scenes between them. Like the first dinner scene, I really liked that they have. But the just that initial moment of them re-meeting for the first time in the very beginning of the book, I thought I that one always sticks out because just so juicy, just such a juicy moment
Well,
of
I mean,
him.
you can really see it happening, and as far as if it were you and everything, what's the first thing that you would do if you haven't seen somebody that you had fallen in love with, like you hadn't seen
Yeah.
them in 10 years? What would be your first
Or-
reaction, And that's
yeah.
what I was trying to capture, in that moment and stuff. Is like, what would be the reaction? And I knew, she was going to be like, "Oh, I've got all kinds of questions."
Yeah. Yeah. I
So,
mean, their dynamic was just great because such a tenderness there, between from Lila towards Rowdy. And
and
just
you did such a great job with the emotion. I mean, as far as I could hear it in your voice, and a lot of the different scenes and everything, I could hear the actual emotion in your voice, and that just always like captured me because it's like, I know you're not the person and stuff, but I mean, I could hear it, so it's like it was really awesome to hear it in real life, so I mean, I could hear it in my head from when I was reading it and stuff, but to hear somebody actually say it and have that emotion there it was just wonderful to hear it. So
Well, I'm glad that you felt that way. Yeah, it was fun. I think about the scene where he kind of finally fesses up to the whole story of everything that happens with her too. Was
mhm.
a nice kind of emotional scene, going all over the place, and then Logan coming in, and
And you did awesome with him too.
yeah, Logan was probably, honestly, I know I say Sam, but Logan was probably my favorite character to do. I think he was the most fun.
I've already had someone come back and say he did such a great job with making Logan look horrible.
I feel like Logan has the best kind of character arc in the story because he kind of really goes through a
Yeah,
change.
right, right.
Um, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with him and Rylan.
And
Uh,
that's
you know,
that book is the one that I just finished. So
oh, great.
yeah. So that
Yeah,
that's the one that I'm editing now and getting ready to send to my editor and stuff. So that one's coming, hopefully in the
great,
fall.
great,
So
exciting.
okay, so now I want to ask you about the technical portion of it because you didn't just narrate it.
Mm-mm.
You produced it, you edited it, and I don't think people know a lot about what goes into it behind the scenes.
Mhm.
So talk a little about that.
Well, I mean, I'm a bedroom producer, as they would call it. And it's actually my living room, but I mean, everything was recorded literally right here, right on this microphone, right in this room. Olivia would just sit here and we'd record together. And it took, I think, maybe like 15 hours to record all of her dialogue.
Mhm.
Um, and then another 15 for all of mine. And then just editing it in Logic Pro is the program that I use, and it's just it's my favorite part because it gets my whatever that side of my brain is that likes to do little tedious things because it
Right.
is really tedious. It's a lot of cutting up of little slices and getting all the performances. The timing really was what was so challenging about editing it. It took a long time to get it right because yeah, just I mean, I could obsess. I kind of had to pull myself away from it a lot of the time because of just getting lost in if the timing's actually working or
Right.
not.
Yeah, no,
You know,
I know
listening to
exactly
it.
what you're talking about because you're taking clips and you're moving them into a spot and making
Mhm.
it smooth
Yeah,
between the two like pieces of dialogue and stuff like that. So,
being like natural. I think more towards the end of the book because a lot of the early notes that I would get were, it's stepping on the dialogue and stuff like
yeah.
that. And by the end, I realized that more space in between was better than not, and that I would be too afraid that it would be leaving too long. But then actually, it seemed more natural. And we're talking like milliseconds, of me
Yeah.
figuring out. But like generally leaning on a little bit more space in between each thing was helpful.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
once you had everything recorded, you just put it all into the program and then just started
Hmm.
weaving the clips
Yeah.
together and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, 40 chapters. So there's 40 different logic projects, and each one, you know, some of the chapters were challenging because there'd be like 10 characters, or more, especially like the hospital scenes.
Right. Yeah.
Then I have, individual tracks for each one of the characters and different kind of processing for each one of them, depending on, the sound of their voice. If it needed to be
Mhm.
like a little bit deeper voice or whatever, like all the low end being cut off on all of Olivia's dialogue, but then leaving a little bit more for mine,
Mhm.
a little bit more of a deepness for Rowdy, but less for Logan. Um, but yeah, it was a massive amount of data and a long a long process to get it all finally recorded. I learned a lot about it too. I think if I do another audiobook, it'll be a lot smoother, just having
So
so much.
I've already had somebody asking, would you consider doing another audiobook?
I would.
Romance audiobook.
I would love to do an audiobook. I would, if I could have a career just doing audiobooks for romance novels, I would love that. I think it's a very rewarding like thing on so many different levels because I get to do acting, I get to do my music production, I get to do my editing, my creative critical brain. It's like it sort of involves a lot of things that I'm interested in doing. So it's yeah, I would very much like to do it. Another one.
And I had someone reach out and ask if you would be interested in doing a cover for a romance novel.
Oh, I like my good look. Yeah, yeah, of course. That'd be fun. I feel like are they I feel like they're normally all like animated or they use like
They
real
go through
models.
phases. They go through phases, but there are still definitely the guys on
Yeah.
the cover, for different
Right.
ones and stuff like that. There's what they've got them from like having flowers on them to animated characters to real life characters and stuff. And
There's that movie with Sandra Bullock and
yes,
Tatum. Yeah,
I can't
that's
remember the name of it, but I know exactly the movie that you're talking about.
yeah, the
Oh,
Lost City or something. Yeah, Lost City. I don't know. Brad Pitt's in
yes,
it, and
that's it. Yeah,
yeah, but Channing Tatum plays like
yes,
the model
Fabio.
model, but then he actually has to become the character. It was a great premise for a movie.
Yes, I did see it, and yes, it was fun. It was fun. So, let's see, what's my next question? Oh, so yeah, I had the question come up of if the book got picked up as a movie, would you want to be in it?
I would love to be in it, and I mean, thinking about which character I'd want to play it'd be hard for me to not want to play everyone again, just like pulling Eddie Murphy.
Can I be this one and this one and this? Just makeup,
Um,
just do different makeup.
just get makeup. Yeah, I feel like I don't know if I could really physically pull off Rowdy, but I feel like I could do, be either Logan or Sam, I think would be
Mhm.
the characters I would most want to play.
Yeah.
Um, because Sam is just such a bastard, and it's always fun playing the villain a little bit. Fun thing about playing the villain is to try and bring humanity to it, you know?
Yeah.
He's a tough one because he doesn't have a lot of redeemable qualities, Sam.
Nope.
It's interesting to try and play a villain, and even if there's no redeeming characteristics, to try and just physically portray some kind of
Mhm.
thing that makes you feel empathetic or whatever. So that would be a fun challenge. But I think Logan would be a great character to play too.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, and again, I like the fact that Logan, deep down underneath, he's just protective, and it's just he kind of goes overboard.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, he's protective based in this feeling of guilt,
Yeah,
of shame. It's like he's sort of protecting himself by being so protective in a way,
exactly. Yep.
you know.
Yep. Yeah, so okay, we're gonna do quick fire questions for you.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Dog, cat, or other pet, and do you have any?
I don't have any. If I did, it would probably be a cat.
A cat. Okay.
Mhm.
Favorite food?
Tacos.
Tacos.
Tacos, dinner tacos. I eat tacos all the time.
What do
Mexican
you like
food.
to do? What do you like to do in your downtime?
I've been really into going on just long walks lately, and I got really into paddle boarding. I really like going out on the lake. Um, and I've been obsessed with doing the New York Times crossword spelling bee game
Oh
every day.
gosh, I would fail that really, really bad.
I do fail it every day, but I try.
What is something many people don't know about you?
Hmm, that's a good question. I am really good at pool.
Oh, I love pool.
At billiards, yeah.
I am
It's
I'm
just
horrible at it, but I think I love playing.
it's an unexpected talent of mine that I mean it goes in and out with depending on how much I'm playing often, but
Mhm.
I had a pool table growing up and it was one of my favorite little things to do. So it was yeah, a
Okay,
little hum.
final question. What's your favorite book? Or what do you like to read?
You know, I've always loved reading and I have gone through different phases of the types of books that I'm into. I've read like a ton of literature, all the classics,
Mhm.
and then I got really into reading all these like psychological books and like kind of stuff that's too smart for me, but that would make me feel like I could be
That's
smart
me.
one
Yeah.
day. And then I realized that a better way, because I'm not that smart, but a better way to get all that information told in a story is actually through graphic novels. So then I started getting really into graphic
Oh,
novels. I
yeah,
really
I
loved it.
love graphic novels. In fact, when my grandson was younger, I found this one that was called Wings of Fire. I mean, it's a little kid's graphic novel, but
Yeah.
oh my gosh, the artwork is
The
absolutely
artwork.
amazing.
Yeah. And the storytelling. I mean, it's a really unique form of storytelling. I mean, I think it's really cool. So yeah, I really enjoyed getting into that all the time, but a favorite book is tough to say. I used to say it was Ask the Dust by John Fonte, who was like a Los Angeles writer from back in the day, but it's been so long. I don't even know if I remember that one anymore. But yeah,
Sounds like
that
a
one,
cool title.
right? Yeah. Just about anything like living in LA or New York in like the 30s, 20s, 40s. I don't know. That was always like an attractive time period to me. So I read a bunch of books.
Thank you so much for doing this for the interview. And it's so great meeting you. And thanks again for being a part of this project that Drew put together. I really
It's been
appreciate
an
it.
honor. Really appreciated your patience throughout it as I learned everything. I suppose we didn't quite get it in time for your birthday gift, but
Oh
at
no,
least
it was fine. I told him, I'm like, this is like sprinkles on top of the icing on top of the cake, you know. So, but I
yeah,
really appreciate it. And it was nice meeting you.
nice
We'll
meeting
talk.
you too.
We'll talk to you later. Okay.
Okay. Nice to see
Alrighty.
you.
Alrighty. Bye.
Bye.